Enough, Beryl. Did you speak with Feng?
I'm not one to keep an eye on the comings and goings of your retainers.
Did you speak to her?
So much fuss about nothing.
You'd better confess.
Are you threatening me? That's beneath you.
You're not an authority on dignity.
I ran into her recently, it's true, but we hardly said a word to one another.
Stop it right now. I know you saw Feng. Right here. I already told you not to speak to her again.
Come again?
Don't try to deny it. You spoke to her.
Fine. She came here. I don't see what the problem is.
What exactly is driving you?
Unlike you, I don't try to control the lives of those around me. Feng still enjoys a certain degree of freedom, doesn't she, to choose whom she sees? We ran into each other by accident, and we didn't speak for long.
I spoke with her. She told me that you summoned her.
Summoned? Please be serious. I don't summon people.
No, that's not your style.
I did ask her to stop by. There was no obligation. None whatsoever. And I don't think she regretted our meeting at all. I really don't see the harm in it.
It's not your business to understand.
I'd really like to, though. I just wanted to give her some advice. To help guide her through this brave, dangerous new world. When it comes to that, I don't think you're doing enough. Am I mistaken?
You're wrong if you think she needs help. She'll learn how to cope on her own. It will make her stronger.
Is that why you're lecturing me? Your definition of on her own, no doubt.
You think this is a time to test semantics?
No, I've lost my taste for games. You've made your position extremely clear. One word of advice, though. Maybe you should ask her for her opinion every once in a while. Your concern for Feng is to your credit. It really is. However, I can't help making comparisons with my own past experiences.
You shouldn't.
It was long ago, I admit. But I'm still your only child.
You're jealous.
I'm not jealous. Although I do regret the unfortunate turn our relationship has taken. I'm worried about Feng, honestly. You would worry too if you were in my shoes. I just want to make sure she doesn't go through the same thing I did. The crushing weight of disappointment. The distance. The disdain.
Beryl, I'm sorry. I made a mistake with you.
Mistake? What, pray tell, did you ever do to make things go awry? You dropped me in a hornet's nest and left me to dodge the stings. I've been nothing but alone from the very start. You gave up, Caleb. And did you ever once consider fixing your mistake?
That's why I'm doing things differently with Feng. I don't want to make the same mistake again.
Ah, such eloquence, which never ceases to surprise me. You've always wielded words with such deadly skill. But there is one small detail it seems you have forgotten. You won't be there for her much longer.
What?
Think about it. You're the oldest person in this city now. It gnaws at you like it does all the elders. You can feel it inside you, and it will grow and grow until you finally give in. How long do you think it will be before you leave too?
That's a subject you should avoid bringing up.
Why?
I'm not the only one who feels the urge to leave. You feel it too. We can't do anything about it. Using it as a pretext for your dubious behavior is inappropriate.
I don't see how avoiding a subject that concerns all of us, especially you, could be a good
Madre mía,
thing.
estoy perdiendo todo.
For once, I was looking out for someone. I know you think I'm selfish, a manipulator, but things aren't always black or white. You of all people should know that. I'm worried for Feng. She needs someone, because you can't be there for her all the time.
I thought I had made myself clear. I don't want to hear about any more secret meetings between the two of you.
Have no fear. I know what I must do.
Watch yourself.
I think we've said just about all there is to say.
One more thing. A little bird told me about your operations in South America.
My dear sire, for someone I thought had no interest in business, you're remarkably well informed.
Nothing can stay hidden from the court forever.
Where's the harm in it?
Your actions have consequences for the Camarilla that you haven't considered. You could endanger the masquerade. Don't you think you should speak to the prince about it?
I don't see how my personal business concerns her. She's already having enough trouble getting us out of this mess she's dragged us into.
You hold her responsible for this?
She's in charge, isn't she? She hosted the party. It's only natural to hold her accountable, isn't it?
If the court were to hear what you just said...
Ha! Do you really think I'm the only one who thinks this?
You'd best be going.
I wasn't planning on staying. Be sure of that.
It's been a pleasure. Please excuse me if I don't see you out.
Ha sido un poquito patético Caleb, ¿no? O sea, este personaje me encanta. Es que es malo, ¿eh? Es que se le ve que es malo.
I need to take more drastic measures if I want to stop him from causing trouble.
Vamos a investigar un poquito, hablar con personajes y demás. A mí no sé muy bien cuáles son los...
Caius again. They locked it down. Too late to go see him. Hazel is probably ready to see me now. I won't make her wait.
¿Dónde la llamada del príncipe?
A peace agreement that put an end to a bloody revolt. Ancilla against neonates. Camarilla against anarchs. A copy of a treatise on metal transfusion. Dijon gave it to Hazel when they first started working together.
Taumaturgia.
The First Inquisition. The first time our supremacy was challenged.
Aquí donde estaba el príncipe, ¿no? Pues pone... Responde a la llamada del príncipe. Responde a la llamada del príncipe. Pues ya me dirás tú dónde hostias está. Ay. Nada, vamos aquí. Es que me gustaría hablar con otros personajes. No, 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 no. Todavía no vamos a ir ahí. Quiero ver a ver cómo se lleva Galef con los otros personajes. Aunque aquí no creo que estén los principales, como Leisha y demás.
Any news here?
Everyone is stressed out. I've never seen anything like it. They're all talking in hushed voices. They barely dare to look at each other.
People and their moods. I'm not interested in that.
I saw them take one of Jason Moore's bodyguards below. To question him, I imagine. That could be of interest to you. Say, how are things with the girl?
Excuse me.
It's Zhu Feng, right?
She's not a girl.
Things going okay?
The interest certain people have taken in her has given me cause for concern.
Maybe that's something you should talk about with the person in question. Do you think you'll embrace her soon?
As soon as possible, once the prince gives me permission.
You met Fang at MIT, didn't you?
I'd rather not talk about it.
I understand.
I'd better be going.
See you.
The pile's not getting any smaller.
All I'm hearing tonight is Lazarus do this, Lazarus do that.
¿Qué hostias ha pasado aquí?
I can't wait to be done with this.
Han sacado todo de todos los lados. Porque antes no estaba tan así. Sacado todo.
It's too slow. What a shitstorm. It's a good thing Journey had to sort it.
Están destruyendo los archivos que tenían. ¿Por qué lo están haciendo? La princesa esta es... Está paranoica, ¿eh?
I'm sorry, I really don't have time right now.
Diga ahí. Voy a encontrar por aquí algo. Pues no parece que pueda hablar así con mucha gente, que digamos, ¿eh? Mira, este Esta sí era importante.
Caleb, you don't come here often. Sorry, things are a little hectic here. As you can see.
What's going on?
Code Red. We're destroying all of our files, following protocol.
You're destroying all our files?
No, not everything. Obviously. Some information needs to be saved. The rest will be a treasure trove for anyone who wants to harm us. That's what's got to disappear. It's a huge undertaking. And of course, Hazel's putting major pressure on me. I think she holds me responsible for what happened with Journey. That little bitch got me in trouble.
What's happening isn't your fault. She should provide help.
You would think Hazel would know she can trust me with anything. Without question. She has even more urgent issues to attend to.
You can't do everything on your own.
That's why I'm asking for more resources. How about you? Is everything all right?
After last night, who could say that?
I mean, you know, your condition.
My condition?
You know, you're the eldest among us now.
Are you worried about me, or the void I'll leave behind?
You're an essential asset for the Camarilla. You disappearing now would be one of the worst possible things that can happen to us.
It's true that reliability is a virtue in decline.
Don't leave us. That's all. For Hazel's sake.
I've got my own reasons to stay.
I was wondering, what is it like? Do you hear voices? Does it come at you all at once?
You're young. You'll see when the time comes. But you won't be able to do much about it.
If you can resist, I can resist too.
If you say so.
Listen to us. Talking about growing old, like mortals do.
What's wrong?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just the Second Inquisition attack. You're the only person here who doesn't seem fazed by it. London seems so far away. Now they're here. They're destroying the people we know. I really need to get back to work.
Good luck.
Vamos a hablar con la...
Caleb, our secret agent is back already. The soldier is on furlough.
Not for long, I'm afraid. The prince will undoubtedly have some new task for me.
At least she trusts you. She hardly speaks to her primogen.
Even Beryl is in the dark.
He's not used to that. It'll be good for him. I heard you were doing business with him.
It's something to do with the Rosemont Society, my foundation. Why?
I'm afraid that in the current situation, it could create confusion. I just want to get things straight.
What are you insinuating?
Don't play innocent with me.
You sound like an inquisitor. All I can tell you is that Beryl's really the one who is in charge of it. Are you still not talking?
You could say that.
Any regrets?
I'm planning to make up for it with Fang.
Oh, so that's why you've become attached to that girl.
I'm not attached to her. She's an asset for the Camarilla, and a necessary balance to temper Beryl's wicked games.
Personally, I find that giving a child so much power is dangerous. The problem is that you have to watch them all the time. Otherwise, they end up making a mess of things.
You might be right. Beryl didn't wait long before revealing his true nature. There's no denying that I'm at least partly to blame for the situation.
Indeed. I would have done something about it, and he would have begged me for forgiveness. Do you really think you'll have time to embrace Fang?
What do you mean?
Well, with all the elders gone, who knows who'll be next?
That's not something I'm willing to discuss with you.
Suit yourself.
No, excuse me, I have to go.
Of course.
There's no point in insisting.
The prince didn't ask you for your opinion.
Hazel can't just ignore me and then call me in like this. Now get out of here before I make your blood boil.
Mr. Siaka, you're taking a big risk.
Goodbye.
What do we do if the hunters show up?
Now she's sending you.
Run into some trouble with the prince?
That's a question to ask Hazel. She's the one who doesn't know what she wants.
You seem unusually tense. Are you sure she's the problem?
Obviously, the whole situation is a nightmare. But Hazel's not helping. She's obviously overwhelmed, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. I don't know how you still put up with her.
You owe your place in the Primogen to her.
What, you think I don't know that? I've always done my best to keep her from screwing things up. But when she reached out to Hartford...
Is there a problem with Hartford?
I told Hazel we can't trust them.
Do you have any evidence to support what you're suggesting?
She doesn't know Deneb the way I do. She wouldn't listen to my warnings.
Her plan was bold.
Risky is a better adjective. After what happened last night, I'm not sure you realize just how deep the shit we are in goes.
And I suppose you have the solution?
Maybe. Not that I'm happy about it. There's interesting stuff going on in other places. Boston's not the center of the universe.
We don't know who can be trusted. This is no time to leave. If the prince has kept you in the dark, she must have had a good reason for it. Just look at what happened.
Open your eyes, Caleb! The Boston Camarilla is crumbling before our eyes! What are the odds we survive?
If you leave now, you're no better than our enemies.
You're one to talk. You know what it's like to feel called to be elsewhere.
That has nothing to do with this. Salem isn't elsewhere. You won't be any safer there.
It's just a starting point. We thaumaturgs will find a way to deal with it.
I see that you've planned for everything.
I've already lost too much time. You shouldn't waste your time either.
If you leave, Hazel will catch up with you.
What do you mean?
You know, she doesn't like people who have been disloyal, especially now.
Hazel doesn't need new enemies. She should be wary.
Be careful.
Goodbye, Caleb. I hope we make it.
What a nightmare. It's chaos here.
The prince is ready to see you now.
Great.
Caleb.
My prince.
We were expecting you.
How may I be of service to you this time?
One thing at a time. The situation has changed. The money is gone. The accounts have been emptied.
What? That's impossible.
Only Jason Moore could have transferred the money. The situation is dire.
Moore would never have done it on his own. He would never have dared.
I agree. It's much too bold a move for him. And that's what concerns me the most. Someone used him to attack us. Someone who was extremely well prepared.
I spoke with Beryl. He's up to something.
The problem with your child is that he's always up to something. How am I supposed to know if it's not in my best interest?
We must keep an eye on him.
You're not telling me everything, Caleb. I'm your prince. You know you can trust me.
I don't understand him anymore. I forbade him from seeing Zufang, but he disobeyed. It's all one big, twisted game for him.
That's a strictly personal matter.
Who knows what he's really hiding?
Of course, like all the others. It's impossible to have anyone you can trust in this court, even in the middle of the worst crisis we've ever faced.
You've faced grave dangers in the past. I've never seen you so wary.
So far, we've never had to deal with an enemy attacking from within. But I've already said too much. Failure is a luxury we will soon be unable to afford. I've asked for your presence here because I have a new mission for you. Delsin was able to track down the men who attacked us.
It wasn't easy. But it was impossible for them to disappear without leaving a trace after what they did yesterday.
Where are they hiding?
Long Island.
Yes, of course. An abandoned facility just off the coast. An old fort. It's the ideal place for a secret base.
and certainly much more. Who knows what they're up to out there?
How is it we didn't notice a thing?
They have abundant resources, and we're short on eyes.
It doesn't matter. We'll find the people responsible for the situation later. Our most pressing issue is preventing them from striking us again.
How?
You're going to go there and kill their leader.
As I've said before, you can count on me.
Good. That's what I was hoping you'd say. When the time comes, I won't forget to reward those who've been loyal to me.
I won't let you down. What's the plan?
They evacuated the bodies from the site of the party, which is how we were able to pick up their trail.
There's a small, nondescript warehouse at Jeffrey's Point. As far as we can tell, their transfers from Boston to Long Island are made by boat. To avoid drawing attention to themselves, they've chosen to employ only small craft. There are bodies packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped over. Do you get the picture?
You want me to disguise myself as a body to be evacuated?
Exactly. All you have to do is stop simulating your vital functions for a few hours.
It's risky.
It's risky, but it's now or never. We might never get another opportunity. We have to try.
The last transfer is probably going to take place tonight. After that, there's no way of knowing when we'll get another chance.
We know where they are. Why go through their warehouse?
Charging into Long Island blind would be far too risky.
And with a traitor in our midst, I'd rather keep this to a small circle of trusted people, to avoid any other unpleasant surprises.
I need to know the details.
Let us worry about getting you into the warehouse. We've made all the preparations. You won't have to worry about a thing until you get to Long Island.
And after that?
Once you're on the island, you'll be in uncharted territory. You'll be on your own.
Who is my target?
Walter Stanford.
He's the head of the Boston Task Force. He's part of what they call the Society of Leopold.
Someone else will take his place.
No need for you to worry about that for the time being. Your mission is to eliminate Stanford, and that's all.
What do we know about this Stanford?
Not much. They're very careful. He was sent from the Vatican, and he brought other fanatics with him. If he's here, it means that Rome has faith in him, and that can't be good for us.
He's got to be taken out.
What's the Vatican getting out of all this?
Your guess is as good as mine. But it seems that the kind are trying to get a better understanding of us in order to hunt us more effectively. These priests have been our enemies for ages. They have knowledge.
Putting an end to them is crucial. We must keep our enemies from unifying their strength.
I don't wish to be the bearer of ill tidings, but what if I fail? Do you have a backup plan?
Caleb, you won't fail. You're our only hope. We place all our trust in you to complete this essential mission.
There's no room for error, Bazori.
Aren't you worried someone will tip off the SI? There's still a traitor among us.
The traitors, my department. You need to strike quickly, and don't let anyone know of your plans. We can't take the slightest risk.
All right. I've heard enough.
Very well. Then you should get going. We've already lost enough time.
Very well. My prince.
I'm guessing you tipped Bazori off to the traitor?
Yes.
Any news?
Nothing since Richard's report. My city is in danger. Everything I've built, all the dreams I've invested. That Judas is a threat to everything.
Not for long. You'll bounce back.
Yes. Congratulations on your negotiations with the Chantry. Our agreement with Hartford is crucial.
I'm happy to hear you're satisfied, but why am I here? Flattery is not your strong suit. Wouldn't you agree?
No, you're right. I have a new favor to ask of you.
What a surprise.
About what I told you earlier concerning Delsin and Long Island. I've got a plan.
Oh, I know that look. Hazel.
This is the best moment to strike.
That sounds like the definition of rushing into things.
Yes, but we have no choice. Delsin?
We need to blind them, from the inside. They know too much about it. We have to change that. For that, we need someone to hit them with a surprise attack from within their compound.
I wish that person luck.
It's you.
That's way out of my league.
Hazel's not asking for your opinion. You proved you were reliable with Hartford. We need your skill sets for such a risky and vital task.
That's precisely what's got me on edge.
It's your chance to prove to the court once and for all that you deserve a place on the council, MM. After this, you'll be untouchable.
I sure hope so. All right. How do I get on this island? By boat?
I doubt it. Coastline's under surveillance.
So I swim across. All right. What then?
Kaya's wrote a program that can help us. If you can upload it into their system, it'll corrupt all the data they've got in their database. Their systems, the archives, it'll all be lost.
Allowing us to cover our tracks.
It's our best shot at making it through this. You'll just have to insert it into a computer that's on their network. That's absolutely essential. Any questions?
Am I allowed to take a partner? I'd feel a lot better about this if I had someone covering my back.
I understand, but that's not possible. We're already taking a risk by sending a person in to infiltrate their hideout.
Got it. Your plan sounds pretty old school. There's no way to do that remotely?
We've tried, but Leto's agents weren't able to breach their security. Their network's too highly protected. That's why we need you.
I see. So, let me get this straight. You want me to infiltrate the enemy base alone? The same enemies who just slaughtered half the camp.
Quit whining. You can have help.
Oh, really?
Your task will not be easy. You'll need a diversion while you sabotage their system. A raid near their base, for example.
That could work. Who will you send?
I refuse to sacrifice any more of our people. So we might as well send in the riffraff. The Anarchs could do the job.
Come again?
You heard me. I want you to go see them and convince them to go with you to Long Island.
You're trying to thin their herd.
I'm balancing the scales, that's all.
They can't stand us. They'll never agree to fight for us. Let alone on their own without us.
They don't have to know they'll be alone. Lead them to believe our forces will join up with them. The SI is a threat to the entire city. They're just as concerned as we are.
I'm not comfortable with the idea of sending them to be slaughtered. It's despicable.
It's just politics. And it's probably your only chance to come back in one piece.
What if I refuse?
I won't let you. Your conscience is of no concern to me. The only thing that matters is our survival. And too bad if it keeps you up at night.
The true face of the Camarilla. Right then. Let's say I agree.
You don't have a choice, but I'll humor you.
How am I supposed to go about it? I can't just go chasing down every Anarch I know to ask for their help.
There's only one Anarch that counts. Their Baron.
Randall Thane?
That's right. He's in charge of the various Anarch gangs in the region. I don't know where he is right now. You'll need to use your network.
I've got an idea of who I can ask. What can I use as leverage if they try to negotiate?
Money, favors. Offer them whatever seems useful.
All right.
One more thing. Don't tell anyone about your task, not even your sire. I don't want the Council poking their noses into this. That will be all. I'm counting on you, MM. Be careful, and good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
Bueno. There you are.
Aquí está la novia
I'm
de esta.
sorry I wasn't here to meet you when you got back. I was busy.
Everyone's got their priorities, I guess. It's not like I've been waiting for hours.
Oh, please. You're always asking for more space. You're going to complain about me giving you space now?
I'm sorry, I hoped for a little bit of support from you.
You haven't asked for any since you threw me out of your life.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? We never...
Broke up? It's been 30 years, Amem.
What? I don't remember.
Come on. I get the feeling we need to clear up a few things.
Yeah.
Claro, ella no se acuerda porque como no recogimos todos los recuerdos de cuando se quedó ahí atrapada, que no se me oye bien. Como no recogimos todos los recuerdos, ella no se acuerda de que lo han dejado.
They fucked with my head.
So, if I understand right, you have no memory of our breakup.
None whatsoever. I really thought that I mean, you know.
There's a reason the Warlocks have a bad reputation.
And you said it's been 30 years?
More or less.
That seems like forever. And then again, the blink of an eye for us.
Believe me, it's been a long 30 years.
When I was there, with the Tremere, I saw things, glimpses of the past. It was like I was reliving certain episodes of my past. I guess that's what Osborne meant when he told me about the memories.
What exactly did you see?
I saw my attack with the Knights. I need to know. What happened after that? Did they pay for what they did to me?
It's a long story, Mem. And it's not really a happy one.
That's all the more reason. I want to know what happened. It's my memory, not some game.
Exactly. I don't want to see you suffer again. I won't allow it.
But it's not your choice. It's not you we're talking about, it's me. I can't just sit here not knowing.
I won't tell you a thing.
Hilda, please.
I said no. There's no point in insisting.
Fine. Whatever you want. That's all.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I can't imagine how upsetting it must have been.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me.
I'm sorry. I've got to go. I need to take some time to process all of this. The Prince is sending me out on another task. I can't screw up.
What kind of task?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it. Hazel made that exceedingly clear. If she thinks things are better like that, I believe her.
For God's sake, Amem, I'm your sire. You should trust me, not that snake in the grass.
Personally, I've never had anything bad to say about Hazel.
Unlike me. Is that it? You'd be singing a different tune if you knew what I know.
If I knew what?
Nothing. You wouldn't believe me anyways.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. I'm sorry. You're right, you're my sire, I should believe you. And I do. We good? Would you tell me what you know? Please.
Seriously, you don't think you're laying it on a little too thick?
Not at all.
You can be such a pain sometimes. Hazel's a smart woman. She knows what she needs to do to get what she wants. And she wants you.
That's going too far.
You think it's an honor, but you should really be worried. Hazel never does anything she's not sure she'll benefit from, which means she's got ways to make you bend to her will. She's careful to hide her secrets from you, safe behind her herald. Tonight could be your last chance to discover them. Very well, let's move on. You're right. You should go get some rest, and do think over what we've discussed. Promise me you'll be careful.
I'll try.
Did you need something else?
You sure seem ticked at the prince.
We've got different political views, that's all. It's rather healthy, actually. There's nothing worse than a council that's enthralled to its prince.
That I can believe. But it seemed like there was something else. What?
I'm worried about you, that's all. I've seen Hazel spin her web around other kindred. I'm worried she's doing the same thing with you.
Playing the cynic. I'd say you were just jealous.
I don't want her throne, Amem. I'm just fine where I am. But since you don't believe me, go take a look around. I'm sure you'll find the answers to your questions. Just a bit of friendly advice.
The reports from Richard and Leisha are truly frightening. I never thought I'd see a day like this.
Predators never see themselves as prey. We're going to have to be extremely cautious if we want to survive.
Do you have any plans?
No. I'm waiting for Hazel's orders. We're dependent on her now more than ever.
I can't imagine you waiting for the prince to do something.
But here I am, doing just that.
No, you've always got a plan B. You're not telling me everything.
Fine. You win. I can't talk about it here, but yes, I've got our backs covered.
Our backs?
You're my blood, Mem. But enough about that. Hazel seems to have a few cards up her sleeve. Let's put our faith in that for now.
I gotta go. I've got stuff to do.
Just a sec. I know Hazel told you not to talk about it. But please, at least tell me where you're headed.
You're unbelievable.
The air is thick in here. You can understand my concern, can't you?
I'm going to see the Anarchs.
What?
It's a long story. I'll explain when I get back. I've really gotta go.
All right. Be careful, Mem.
My blood is excellent.
Come on. It won't take long.
Yes.
long.
Okay, sure.
What a night.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hey, how are things? Let me know if you need anything.
Do you think we have time to just laze around? You need to be fast and effective. Destroy anything we don't need. Keep what's important. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Miss Bosley.
You're a good kid, Lazarus. I need a drink. Now, shake a leg. We need to destroy anything that can compromise us.
I'm gonna go get a drink soon.
What do we do if the hunters show up?
That's good. That too. And that. What's that? Obsolete. Hey, ma'am. Sorry, we're a little busy here.
Sorry, Miss Lewis. You can't come through here.
Dijon left. Rats are the first to flee the sinking ship. I didn't think he was into this kind of thing.
I'm sorry, you can't go in there.
The arena. Hilda's favorite playground. I don't know if I'd manage as well as she does. I should go. Hazel gave me orders. The Anarchs. I hope the prince knows what she's doing.
Halsey?
Yes, Mom. I'm here.
That's my final warning.
I destroyed her. I told you, I destroyed her.
I have to believe you. Apparently, I don't have a choice.
You should have told me you wanted proof.
We did what had to be done for everyone's safety.
Without getting the Council's opinion, Miss Iverson. And forcing my hand.
Enough. Not another word. That's my final warning.
How many hours have I spent sitting in this armchair for my therapy sessions?
That's my final warning.
I destroyed her. I told you, I destroyed her.
I have to believe you. Apparently, I don't have a choice.
You should have told me you wanted proof.
We did what had to be done for everyone's safety.
Without getting the Council's opinion, Miss Iverson. And forcing my hand.
Enough. Not another word. That's my final warning.
Only Richard would still use that. Hey, Pumpkin. What are you looking at?